Good morning, my friends. Well, it's actually not really the morning anymore because it's 11:15, but I just needed to take it slow this morning. Obviously, I've been up for a few hours. I've already been on a big walk with Pi, and I have just been puttering around the apartment for the past couple of hours. I had to vacuum, I had to do a little bit of cleaning, and just do some things that need to be done on the weekend. I've had the busiest 2 weeks just trying to adjust to the new routine with going back to school, maintaining my social life, continue working out. Obviously, being a single dog dad, it has been quite a big adjustment trying to fit everything into a 24-hour day, but I'm slowly getting there. Also, Pi was staying with his other dad for a couple of weeks, which was really helpful, although I really, really missed him and I'm so happy to have him back. But when he's with me, I always like to make sure that he's not deprived from his walks. I think he agrees that he's not deprived from his walks and his social interactions, which is obviously a lot of additional work, which I love, but it's definitely a lot. And I always want to make sure that he comes first, and my day obviously cannot start until his does. So, yeah, it's just been an adjustment, but I am really, really enjoying school. It has been so much fun. The material is fascinating, and yeah, I've just been having a blast with it. But there have been times when I felt like I was holding on by a thread, but I know we'll get there. Anyway, I wanted to take it really easy this morning, catch up with you. I'm going to be heading to a yoga class in a couple of hours, and then I have a couple more errands to run this afternoon. And then in the evening, I have a little drink date. Not that I drink, but you know what I mean. So I also want to do a little bit of self-care today because I really need it. And we actually have a sponsor for today's video. A portion of today's video is going to be kindly sponsored by JOVS Beauty. You guys know that I have been working with them for a few months at this point, and I am obsessed with every single one of their devices. They have just sent me one of their newest ones that I have been testing for the past couple of weeks, and be careful with the tripod. Don't hit it with your little butt. Thank you, monsieur. Sorry, guys, I am back. Pi is just being a little bit needy because obviously I have not been home that much this week. What I was saying is that a portion of today's video is going to be kindly sponsored by JOVS. They have just sent me one of their newest devices, which I have been testing for the past couple of weeks. And I feel like today is the perfect day to show you what it's able to do for us, because I can definitely use a little bit of a lift. So I'm going to take a shower quickly. Before I put on my skincare, I'm going to use this device, then we'll head to yoga, and then in the afternoon, I do want to unbox a few packages with you. Well, a couple, because I bought myself a bag a couple of weeks ago, which I have not had a chance to even take out from its shipping box. I mean, it's not just in its box and dust bag. I have not had a chance to open the cardboard box it was delivered in. I do want to unbox a couple of things that I picked up from Glossier. And then I do want to share with you a pair of shoes and also an update on a pair of pants, which I've been getting a ton of questions on. I recently posted a reel over on my Instagram, which if you don't follow me on Instagram, I will make sure to leave my username up on the screen here, just because I have been trying to post more consistently on Instagram since I'm only doing one YouTube video a week. I'm trying to do one reel over on Instagram and then one video on YouTube. So if you want to keep up with me on Instagram, you can also follow me over there. And I posted an outfit with a pair of pants from Fendi, which I got so many questions on that I thought it might be easier for me to address those here, because if you do love tailored pants, this is one you have to try on. I feel like you would be really, really impressed by it. And for a pair of designer pants, I actually think that they are quite reasonably priced, because was I at the row? I can't remember where I was. I think it must have been the row. I was looking at a pair of pants and they were over £1,000 at this point, which I remember back in the day, designer pants, tailoring pants used to be like $600, $700, $800, and now most of them are close to, if not above, $1,000. And these from Fendi, they are not inexpensive by any means. I do not want to give you that illusion for a single second, but for what you get, I do think that they are really reasonably priced, and I think they are just a great pair to have in your collection. And I do want to unbox this bag, which I'm actually now getting excited for. I kind of forgot about it because it's just been sitting in my wardrobe, but now that I'm talking about it, it's actually getting me excited. So if you want to just really casually hang out with me, catch up, and talk about some fun new pieces that are new in my wardrobe for fall winter, then make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and keep on watching. I took a shower, I've got my sweet tea, and I'm starting to feel more like myself. As you guys know, I am not a big morning person, but I have talked about my skincare routine and everything I do in the morning. I have been extremely consistent with my skincare for the past 10 years, I want to say. And if you would like to find out what things I use on a regular basis, I will make sure to have a video linked up here for you. I still use the exact same routine. And while having a consistent skincare routine can do wonders for your skin, and I swear by some of the products I use, there is heavy lifting that skincare is just not able to get done on its own. And with me entering my 30th year here on Earth, I just turned 29 last month. So I am heading towards my third decade here. I am really trying my best to age as gracefully as I possibly can. I'm not someone who's obsessed with age, but I would like to be proactive about keeping myself, not only my skin, but my entire body in good shape and in good health. So I have been playing around with the different devices. You guys know that I am not against in clinic or at-home devices. I have been working with JOVS Beauty this entire year, and this portion of today's video is also very kindly being sponsored by them because they have recently launched a new device that I have been testing, which is not something I have ever tried myself. I've had it done in office a couple of times. I think the last time I had it done was a few years ago after a facial, and I saw incredible results. But this is the kind of device that you want to be consistent with. I mean, you can buy all these incredible high-tech gadgets. They will not do anything for you unless you are actually able to integrate them into your everyday life. And what I love about JOVS Beauty devices is that they're not only incredibly effective, but every single detail is so well thought out that it's really pain-free to just use them consistently because of the designs, the user experience, even the packaging, and the little accessories that each and every single gadget that you get from them comes with. And today we're going to be talking about their so-called Slim Max device, which is a so-called microcurrent device. Now, as you know, one of the main signs of aging is drooping, which is very normal. As time goes on, gravity wreaks havoc on our facial muscles, and unfortunately, it's not something that skincare is able to stimulate on its own, which is why microcurrent technology has been all the craze. And I am very happy to introduce you to one of the coolest microcurrent devices on the market, which actually uses both microcurrent and laser technology for an instant lift, which I have been testing for the past couple of weeks, not only on my face, but also on my hairline and also on my body. This is one of those devices that you can use pretty much anywhere on your body for an instant lift. And obviously with continued use, you will see better and better results. But if you're looking for something that will give you that instant gratification, this might be something that you want to look into because you will see results as soon as you start using it. You can not only see results, but you can also feel it. You can feel it working on your facial muscles, and you might even be able to see them quivering, which is perfectly normal. The trembling should go away, but obviously you are basically working out your facial muscles. The effects are temporary unless you continue using it, but this is something that I would suggest using on a daily basis if you can, if you want to see continued results. But it is honestly so easy to use. You can use it while watching TV, you can use it while catching up on emails, you can talk to your friends on the phone, you can FaceTime someone while using it. And it honestly could not be any more simple. And you might be wondering, that all sounds great, but how do I go about using this? So as I mentioned, I would use this on a daily basis, and it is just so easy to integrate it into your daily routine. If you want to use it on your face, all you have to do, and I'll definitely insert some shots here of me using it so you can also see before and afters, because those can be really quite drastic. So if you want to use it on the facial setting, all you do is you lay down a cotton pad, which you get these really soft plush cotton pads with this device. All you do is lay that down. Then you need to use a little bit of the essence that this comes with, because you do need a conduction gel, just so there is something to help carry the electric pulses into the deeper layers of your muscles. So you basically apply the essence, which you don't have to wash off. You can leave it on your skin. It is jam-packed with different plumping ingredients, which will not only benefit your skin in terms of carrying the microcurrent into the deeper layers, but they can also work on the superficial layers of your skin. And then compared to other devices, which you have to drag along your muscles, this is so powerful that all you have to do is really gently follow the different muscles and contours of your face by gently stamping it. So it does have these little spikes, and as soon as you press down on these against your skin, they will release the electric pulses, and you just leave it on the different muscles on your face for 5 to 10 seconds, which, let me tell you, you will definitely feel, even if you go on a lower setting. And you can just really nicely follow the different contours that you would like to emphasize. JOVS Beauty does have a video showcasing the different muscles that you can follow, so you get a ton of guidance if you decide to pick up one of these devices. And a really cool feature which I appreciate is that the head actually twists. So if you want to get into different nooks and crannies, you can do that without basically breaking your wrist, which again is just another detail that I have not seen on any other device. And you do have different strength depending on how far you want to go with this. So that's how you would go about using the facial setting. If you would like to use this on your body, it is the same idea. And then for the hair setting, you do get a much bigger comb that basically allows you to get into your hairline and get close access to your scalp. And then you also get a scalp essence, just to make sure that, again, you do get the conduction through some sort of an essence or some sort of a gel that will not leave a weird residue in your hair, and is also beneficial for the area that you are trying to treat. And as I mentioned, it's all in the details. You not only have this ergonomically designed twist detail, you get a full-on skincare routine with the cotton pads. You also get some sheet masks, because there is a fourth sort of setting or a fourth sort of experience that you can do with this, which is a really intense treatment. You do get a pack of sheet masks, which you can apply onto your skin, and then you can go on top of the sheet mask with this device if you want to get a little bit more of a boost. So if you have a big event or something coming up that you want to look really chiseled for, that might be something that you want to take advantage of. And then one last thing that I would like to mention, which I love, as I mentioned, the only way to see benefits from these devices is by using them. You cannot just pay all this money for these things, put them in a drawer, and hope that they will somehow make you look 10 years younger. You actually have to use these on a very regular basis. And this device comes with a really cool base that not only allows you to leave it on your bathroom counter, on your vanity, or even in your bedroom, depending on where you want to use it, just so you are reminded of the device. And it just makes it so much easier than having to keep it in a dust bag, trying to remember to charge it, because the base automatically charges the device and it also disinfects it. It has this additional setting where you can press down on the handle of the device. So after each and every single use, and also when it comes to me using this device, I also use it before. I also use this sort of disinfection setting before I go into using the device. You can just press it down, hold it for a few seconds, and it will make sure that the comb is as clean as it possibly can be, which I just really appreciate. Now, this is definitely not for the faint of heart. This is for those who are trying to take their pro-aging or anti-aging, whatever you want to call it, more seriously, because it is a large investment. However, JOVS, as always, has given us an amazing discount code, which I will make sure to leave up on the screen here. and also in the info box for you, along with some additional resources. So they have a ton of guidance and a ton of information on their website and also on their YouTube, because I do want to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. It kind of looks like I was crying, which I promise you isn't the case. There is just something stuck in my eye, which is insanely annoying, but the show must go on. Now, it is a few days later. I haven't seen you in a couple of days. Long story short, the weekend just got away from me. By the time I got home from yoga, took a shower, took Pi on another walk, I had to leave and I did not have time to finish filming this video. But there are a few things that I wanted to show you that are new to my collection, starting with a few little things from Glossier. It was actually one of my dear friends' birthday just last week, so I wanted to get her a couple of things from Glossier, and while I was on the side, I decided to stock up on my favorite lip balm, which is the glossierbalm.com. You know, I also love my Hermes lip balms. I do like the La Mer lip balm. I love Vaseline on my lips at night, but the one that I go back to time and time again, and I have been going back to pretty much since this product launched, is the glossierbalm.com, which comes in a huge range of different shades and flavors. I don't really care about the shades. I don't think that they have a really strong tint to them. I'm more interested in the flavors. And my favorite is actually the strawberrybalm.com, which is one of their newest flavors. It does have a very, very slight pinky hue to it, but it's not opaque. If anything, it just gives your lips the slightest bit of tint. But I like the flavor. It kind of tastes like a really artificially flavored strawberry candy, which I just love. So I bought 2 of the strawberry ones. And then one I haven't actually tried is the wild fig. And then they also had a hot cocoa one, which I was also tempted by, but I thought, you know, let me just buy 3. I know that I love the strawberry one. The hot cocoa said that it had a brown hue to it, which I wasn't sure how that would look, because obviously the darker you go, the more obvious the tint is going to be. On this one, the tint is almost invisible, but with the hot cocoa one, considering that it was brown, I wasn't really sure, so I decided to try the wild fig one. I also love the rose version. I have tried pretty much every single one of them except the birthday cake one, because I love the scent of the birthday cake one. It just smells like vanilla, but that one has shimmer in there, which is not something that I would want on my lips. So I love the glossierbalm.coms. You cannot go wrong with any one of these. And as I mentioned, they do have the strawberry, which is a new flavor, and then also the birthday cake. Oh, sorry, not the birthday cake. That one has been around for a while. And I do think that was actually launched in collaboration with Milk, the ice cream place in New York. But the new one for this current holiday season is the hot cocoa flavor, which last year they did a spiced biscuit, which I was also a fan of. You cannot go wrong with these, which, I mean, if you love lip balms and you have not tried these, I would highly suggest that you do so. They also have a set that allows you to save quite a bit of money, which I can make sure to link down below for you, but these I am a big fan of. Something that I also wanted to order from Glossier, but I couldn't. I don't know if they don't ship that specific product to Europe or if there was a glitch, but I also want to try their candle in the Glossier You Scent, because I love the Glossier You Scent, but it's not something that I would personally wear. So I've been wanting to try the candle version of it, but I couldn't get it. So I'm going to try to order it again, or if I cannot, if they don't ship that specific item to Europe for some reason, I'll pick it up next time I'm in London. And then another thing that I promised I would show you is a pair of shoes. Now, if you saw was it my London unboxing, or it was definitely one of my more recent unboxings, I showed you a pair of shoes from Aloe, which I had been considering buying for a while. I ended up ordering them twice because I could not find the right size, but they did not end up working out for me. If you want to find out why that is, I will make sure to have that video linked up here for you. Now, I have been looking for a pair of shoes to wear to the gym, not while I'm at the gym, but on my way to the gym. And I am a huge fan of On shoes. I probably own 7 or 8 pairs from On. Every single one of my workout shoes, including my running shoes, are from On, which I know some people call On Cloud. I just call them On, whichever way you want to say it. What matters is that I do love their shoes, and they actually have a collaboration with this really famous tennis player whose name I can never remember, but I think they should be on the shoes. Let me show you the shoes really quick. I have already worn them once, so I think the last name of the tennis player is Roger. Is that possible? Because they're called the Roger. And I do actually have a couple pairs of shoes from this collaboration. I'm not familiar with the tennis player, but I do love the shoes. So this is the style that I ended up going for, which I think are called the Court. I will make sure to link them down below for you. They do come in a ton of different colors, but I loved the fact that they were pure white with a little bit of gray suede. And they're kind of reminiscent of my beloved CELINE sneakers. They are insanely comfortable and unbelievably lightweight. Now, it's not something that I would personally work out in. I mean, maybe I would do a lower body day in these because I like the fact that they don't have too much support and they are not too bouncy like running shoes are, which I can tell you, it is a recipe for disaster trying to do lower body exercises in running shoes. So maybe I could get away with doing a lower body day in these, but I specifically bought these for going to the gym or for running quick errands, and they are insanely comfortable. So do not overlook on. And if you're looking for a pair of sneakers that are stylish but also comfortable, these I would highly encourage you to look into. I actually am a big fan of this entire collection. Obviously, they are inspired by tennis culture, which is not only insanely on trend, but it is quite chic. So definitely give these a try if you're looking for a new pair of shoes. And then the last piece of housekeeping before I show you something brand new, which I have just taken the ribbon off. I have not actually gotten into the box, but I did say I would tell you a little bit more about these pants, which I recently picked up from Fendi. I'm not going to take them out from the bag. I have obviously worn these, but I put them back in the bag, so I would be reminded to show these to you, but I don't want to pull them out because they're going to be covered in Pi's hair just because I'm sitting on the floor. But I'll make sure to put in some mud shots here for you. I bought this new pair of pleated pants from Fendi recently, which I am obsessed with. If you love pleated pants, these I would highly encourage you to check out because they're not only pleated, they are offered in black, which I feel like fewer and fewer brands are doing pants in black for this current season. I'm not sure why that is because obviously it is such a staple color, but these would be such an amazing pair to have in your collection, not only because they're pleated, because they're made of black wool, but I love the fact that they are also elasticated in the back because it just adds these pants a little bit more of a casual feel. Obviously, you can definitely dress these up by styling them with a blazer or even with a shirt, but if you want to wear them with a tank top, as I did on Instagram, or just with a more simple t-shirt, I think these are the perfect compromise. This is something that has it's just a versatile piece to have in your collection. I also love the little FF charm, which is not too obvious. The branding isn't in your face, but if you know what details to look for, you can definitely tell that it is a beautifully luxurious piece. And I do think that they are quite reasonably priced for the fit, the quality, and how often you would be able to wear them. I think I paid 650 euros for these, which obviously it is an insane amount of money to spend on a piece of ready to wear, but compared to other trousers, it's really not that ridiculous. So these I'm going to give you a quick update on. I ended up buying them in a size 44, which is the smallest size that they offer, but they run true to size, but they definitely lean a little bit tighter. So that is just something for you to keep in mind if you're going to get them online. Go for your regular size, but don't be surprised if you have to go a size up because they do run a little bit tight and they run really, really long. So one thing you have to keep in mind is that you will have to get these tailored because the edge is unfinished, so you will have to get them taken up, which is why I would actually suggest that you pick these up in store instead of buying them online, just because you will have to get them tailored sooner or later before you can start wearing them. And last but not least, the piece that you most likely came here for is a new bag that I picked up. Now, I have been telling you for the past month that I would love to pick up a new school bag, which, by the way, I have also been obsessed with. This is kind of a recent favorites video, not only an unboxing, but also a recent favorites video, because I have been loving that Lululemon gym bag that I showed you again in my last unboxing. That bag is just incredible. Please do not sleep on this if you're looking for a large and in charge duffel or a large bag that you can carry to work and also to the gym. Those Lululemon bags are incredible, so I'll make sure to have it linked down below for you. And if you would like to see close-up and mud shots, I'm pretty sure I did mud shots in that video too. You can check out my last unboxing, which I think is the same unboxing where I shared the Aloe shoes. Anyway, I have been looking for a new school bag, something that I can carry to school, but also to the gym. I knew that I was looking for a larger tote bag too that I looked at. Well, the first one that I looked at, but I did not end up picking up is the Balenciaga Rodeo bag, which I talked about in my London vlog. I do still like that bag, but to me, it felt a little bit too close to the Kelly bag, which might be something that you appreciate, but I already have obviously an extremely comparable Kelly bag, a Kelly 35 in black Togo with gold hardware. So even though the Rodeo bag does feel a lot more casual, a lot more relaxed, it's not trying quite as hard as a Kelly bag would, I felt that it would be too comparable to something that I already own. So I did not end up going for that. Not because I don't like it, it is still something that I would consider. In fact, they have just recently come out with an even larger take on the Rodeo bag, which I think is called the Bel Air duffel, which again, I am tempted by, but I decided to pick up something from Loewe, which I felt was a little bit different from all the other things that I own. I mean, I do have a couple of tote bags like the Rogue Poly bag, which I still love. Obviously, the Chanel 22 is something that I have been using quite a lot as well recently, but this I felt was a little bit more understated. So without further ado, let's get into unboxing it, because it's actually not a piece that I've had a chance to look at up close and personal. I did briefly look at it in store a while ago, but I have not had a chance to fully unbox this bag. So we do have this gigantic box that it came in, which is kind of a waste because the whole idea behind this bag is that you can pack it flat. It is. I think you'll probably be able to guess what's in here because I have been talking about this bag for a little while. So I finally ended up picking up the iconic and at this point infamous Loewe Puzzle Fold Tote bag, which the reason it's called the Fold Tote is because you can fold it and pack it completely flat, as you can see it here, which I think is a cool selling point. I like the marketing angle, but other than that, I don't really see the point of packing a tote bag flat unless you are really tight on space and you have a ton of bags. And this is how you want to store your bags, which I would not suggest that you do so, but I get that. Or maybe if you want to travel with this bag, it is something that you can pack flat. But personally, I would appreciate if they sold it to us stuffed, because as you will see here, let's see if this has the same. Yep, it has the exact same crease as the bag that I saw in store when I went to look at it. So as you can see, all of these tote bags come with this crease, which is obviously just because of how they are stored and how they are folded. But it is this really, really cool, extremely lightweight, malleable take on the iconic puzzle handbag. Now, I do love the original puzzle bag. I looked at it several times, but personally, I never felt that it is something that would fill a gap in my collection. It is offered in several different sizes. I do like the largest size, or I should say I used to like the largest size, but in case you were not aware, they have recently redesigned the puzzle bags. They used to be made up of several different individual pieces, whereas now I think they're called the puzzle. They have a different name because most puzzle bags now actually are staged on top of each other instead of them having layers that move individually, which I do think made these bags look and feel a lot more expensive, whereas now they are just basically made up of one larger piece of leather that is just kind of stitched together. Anyway, I do like that bag. I think there is a time and a place for it, but personally, not in my life, but I appreciate the idea. And this bag is of course inspired by the success of the puzzle handbag. It is called the Puzzle Fold Tote because similar to the original puzzle handbag, it is made up of several different really beautifully cut geometric layers of leather. This bag comes in 4 different sizes, in a size mini, a size medium, a size extra large, which is the one that I ended up going for, and then there's also an extra, extra large, which is insanely big based on the pictures. I have not had a chance to look at the extra, extra large version in person. I was going back and forth between ordering this and the extra, extra large, but I did feel that the double extra large might have been just a little bit too big for what I'm going to use this bag for, which is to carry my laptop and my gym clothes to the gym and then obviously to school. Or if I want to work from a cafe or a restaurant, I thought that this could be a great grab and go, just amazing workhorse bag. It is insanely lightweight. There is no lining, there are no pockets on the inside, obviously because you want to be able to fold this flat as easily as possible. And then it features two top handles, which again are super, super light, but it doesn't come with a shoulder strap or anything else. And I do think the same goes for every single size. So if you're looking for a large and in charge workhorse bag, this I think is something that you would really enjoy. It comes in a ton of different colors and also finishes. Most puzzle totes you'll find in smooth calfskin, but I have also seen this bag being offered in suede. They are doing it in shearling for fall winter. They've done it in raffia, in denim, in canvas. So your options are basically unlimited. They come in a ton of different colors. As you would expect from me, I went for the color black, but they have a couple of new colors for this season. They have eucalyptus, which is a beautiful shade of green. They're doing it in burgundy, in green, in navy. I don't think there is a white, but there is a really nice sort of pearly gray, but black is the one that, you know, my heart really wanted, because if it's not black, I will not really use it. And then you have the Loewe emblem on top, and that is pretty much it. Other than that, it's all about the foldable design and the geometric details. Now, if I could have two, not complaints, but there are two things that I could see them improving on. I would love if they came out with a version that you could fold in half. So if you are familiar with the Hermes Double Sans, you know it is a tote bag that comes in several different sizes, and they have a version that actually comes with a shoulder strap that, if you don't have packed to the brim, you can fold in half and then attach the shoulder strap to the side. I would love if they had a version that comes with a shoulder strap. And the other thing that I said at the beginning is that I wish they sold this back to you completely stuffed, so you wouldn't have this crease already in the middle. I understand that it is the name of the game when it comes to a foldable tote, but I would love to have the choice whether I want to have that line there or not, because I don't really see the point of them shipping them flat. I mean, maybe they are doing it for sustainability reasons, because it makes it easier for them to ship these bags, and they don't take up quite as much space. If that's the case, I applaud them for it, but I do wish they sold this to you fully stuffed, and then you could decide whether you want to create that crease down the line or not. But I do think it is a really cool workhorse bag, and if that's something that your collection needs right now, this might be something interesting for you to look into. But I would suggest investing in an insert. If I can find any online, I will make sure to link them down below, because that is something that I will be buying myself, just because it doesn't have any lining and definitely not any pockets. And since it is quite a large bag, I do think that it will end up looking and feeling like a bottomless pit really, really quickly, especially if you want to take advantage of every single inch of this bag. And in terms of price, it is really reasonably priced. In fact, I was quite surprised by how not inexpensive it was, because that's not the case. It is not a cheap bag. So this bag I paid 1,900 euros for, but I think in dollars it ranges between 1,800 for the mini size. I think it starts at just around $1,800, and it goes up to $3,500 in the double extra large, in the double XL size, I should say, which is basically like an IKEA shoppers, which I do think is reasonable for a designer bag. Now, do keep in mind that there isn't too much going on other than the geometric shape, but you know, you're not paying for a really elaborate over-the-top bag. Instead, what you're getting here is a really understated, user-friendly, functional bag that you don't have to worry about too much. So So far, I am really impressed and I cannot wait to see how I am going to be able to integrate this into my daily outfits. And my friends, this brings us to the end of today's very, very relaxed and laid back video. I hope it wasn't too all over the place, but I feel like it's a good reflection of how I have been living life lately. Nothing is quite as smooth as it used to be, but I am slowly adjusting. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And again, a huge thank you to JOVS Beauty for working with me on a portion of today's video. If you'd like to check out their latest microcurrent device, I will make sure to have it linked in the info box for you alongside with my discount code. And just know that I really appreciate you being here and watching, and I cannot wait to see you back here with a new video really, really soon.